Hello, friends. Welcome again to my initiative as we are sharing with you the world history. So, it is imperative that we have to share with you the some kind of declaration that led the rules that governs the economic setup of the international order. Okay, so I'm going to explain about the that is adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations on 1st of May 1974. Okay, so the declaration of the establishment of a new international economic order, that is the new international economic order. The new international economic order should be founded on full respect of the following principles. Okay, so the principles have been laid down. First thing first, sovereign, sovereign equality of the states, self-determination of all peoples, inadmissibility of the acquisition of the territory by force, inadmissibility of the acquisition of territory by force, as the Antonio Guterres, the current General Secretary of the United Nations, accusing that the Russia right now that is launched a special military operation into the Ukraine. He is always advocating that this Russia has violated the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the state and self-determination of the people. The territorial integrity and non-interference in the internal affairs of the other states. Non-interference in the internal affairs of the other states. This is also the very first line is this. Okay, let's come to the second point. Broadest cooperation. Broadest cooperation of all the state members of the international community based on equality, whereas prevailing disparities in the world may be vanished and the prosperity secured for all. Okay, these are the principles. Come to the point third. Full and effective implementation on the basis of equality of all the countries in the solving of world economic problems in the common interest of all the countries, bearing in mind the necessity to ensure the accelerated development of all the developing countries, while devoting particular attention to the adoption of special measures in the favor of the least developed, landlocked, and island developing countries most seriously affected by economic crisis and the natural calamities without losing sight of the interests of the other developing communities, keeping in mind who is poor, who is underdeveloped while making the rules. We have to keep in mind as well. This is to maintain the equity. Okay. The fourth point is the right of every country, the right of every country to adopt the economic and social system, economic and social system, socio-economic kind of thing, that it deems the most appropriate for its own development. That means either they want to capitalist or neo-capitalist or socialist, what kind of society they want to make, what kind of economic setup they want to make, it's their choice. Okay. And not to be subjected to discrimination of any kind as a result. But this line, in my mind, the United States and Western countries have always violated. Yes, they have violated. And the point fifth, full permanent sovereignty of every state over its natural resources and all economic activities. In order to safeguard these resources, each state is entitled to exercise effective control over them and their exploitation, which means suitable for their situations, including the right to nationalization or transfer of ownership of its nationals, the right to be an expression of the full permanent sovereignty of the state. No state may be subjected to economic, political, or any type of coercion by coercion to prevent the full and free exercise of inalienable right. This line is also have been violated many counts. If you go, if you are watching the international development past 10 years, you can see that this line have many times been violated by many countries. Though call as China, Russia, uh, Western blocs, protectionism they are applying. Okay, so this line is India too has been adopting this kind of policy. So largely this principle have also being failed in the current economic situation. The right of all states, point number six, the right of all states, territories, and peoples, states, its territory, and its people who is living into that territory under the foreign occupation, alien or colonial domination, or apartheid to restitution and full compensation for the exploitation and depletion of and the damage to the natural resources of all other resources of their states, territories, and people. They are entitled to get the compensation. But these countries, largely Western countries, not talking about this. They have been occupied as a colonial powers, entire world. But when it comes to the reparation of that, they looted the $44 trillion from India. And like that, around the world, they have done it. But when it comes to compensation, they denied. They are not getting their fair compensation for their looted masters. We are also the sufferers for that. But right now, we are free and we are exercising it thanks to the United Nations. Thank you very much for watching and stay tuned with me. I will discuss with you many topics about the world history or the international relations or the international laws, various other things because I am continuously reading. So thank you. Stay tuned with me. Your appreciation, liking or sharing with your friends really inspires me for this initiative. I want to contribute some kind of knowledge and share with my friends, fellow friends. Knowledge is very important. I consider it because it liberates, emancipates the people from their, you know, the ignorance. So thank you very much.